So do you also use GoToTraining to manage the trainings for your business? Then this video is definitely for you. So hello all, welcome back to Pabbly Connect, and in this video we are going to understand how to create GoToTraining Registrant for WooCommerce order. So over here I'm running a edutech company and we regularly conduct training sessions for the same, and we use WooCommerce to gather the details of our registrants interested in our training sessions. So now what I want is that as soon as a new order is created in my WooCommerce, which is as soon as someone registers for the training session, automatically with the help of the same customer details, a new registrant should be created in my GoToTraining account too. That too without any manual efforts. So to do this, we are simply going to create a connection between WooCommerce and GoToTraining. To create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So do you also want to create this automation for your business? Then for that you have to come with me towards my screen.
Welcome to my screen. So today I'll show you how to automatically register customers for a GoToTraining session whenever they place an order on your WooCommerce store. This is perfect for businesses offering online training, coaching programs, or educational courses, as it ensures that the participants get immediate access without manual intervention. So by connecting WooCommerce to GoToTraining, you can save time and provide a seamless onboarding experience. So follow along as I demonstrate the complete setup. And to get started, I've simply opened the landing page of Pabbly by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. It is very easy, and as soon as we are going to open the landing page of Pabbly, we are going to get two options. One is sign in and the other one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can click on this sign up for free and you're going to get 100 of hours free every month to explore the application. But over here, I'm an existing user, so I'm just going to click on this sign in. And now it is opening all Pabbly apps. And over here, you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video, we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications, which is WordPress and GoToTraining. So I'm just going to click on this access now right over here to access my Pabbly Connect account. And now it is opening my dashboard, and to start with this automation, we simply have to click on this blue button which says create workflow. And now it is asking me for the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So over here you can see that on my dashboard I've created multiple folders in which I save my workflows. So if you also want to create a new folder or a subfolder, then for that you have to click on this learn more hyperlink given right over here, and you're going to get step-by-step guide how to create a new folder or a subfolder. I've already created one, so I want to save this workflow in this folder which is automations, and I want to name my workflow as how to create GoToTraining Registrant for WooCommerce order. WooCommerce to GoToTraining, and then we simply have to click on this create right over here. And as soon as we're going to click on this create, it is opening the most important window of our automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. So trigger and actions are the two main principles on which our workflow will run. All right, trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So by this you can understand that the actions are response towards the commands given by our trigger, and that's the particular reason that we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of our trigger. And to get started with our automation, we have to select our trigger application. So for my trigger application, I'm just going to select it as WooCommerce. So I'm just going to search for WooCommerce right over here, and as you can see the same, so we are simply going to select it. And now it is asking me for the trigger event. So basically trigger event is the event on which the workflow will start. So here what I want is that as soon as a new order is created, my workflow should be triggered or started. And as soon as we're going to select the trigger event as new order created, yes, you can see that we have successfully received a webhook URL. So we are going to use this same webhook URL in order to create a connection between our WooCommerce account and our Pabbly Connect's workflow. So I'm just going to copy this webhook URL, and then we simply have to follow this help text, and it is saying log into your WordPress admin panel and locate to the settings tab in the left column. Click on WooCommerce and navigate to advanced tab. From there access the webhook section. Alright, so we're going to follow the same. I'm just going to open my WordPress account, and now from the left side of the bar you can see that we are already over here towards our WooCommerce WooCommerce platform. So as you know that WooCommerce is a plugin of WordPress, alright. So as you can see that now we have to go towards the settings. So we're just going to hover on this WooCommerce, and as you can see the settings tab, so we have to go towards this settings tab right from here. Alright, and as soon as we're going to come over here towards the settings tab, we have to go towards this advanced option. And after coming over here towards this advanced option, we have to look for webhooks. So as you can see that in the page setup, over here is the section of webhooks. So we're just going to go towards this webhook section given right over here. Alright, and yes, you can see that over here are all the webhooks which I've already created, but I'm just going to add a new. For that, I'm just going to click on this add webhook button right over here, and as soon as we're going to do so, it is asking me for the webhook data. So it is asking me for the name. Let's say that I'm just going to name my webhook as new registrant. So I'm just going to enter new registrant right over here, and after naming my webhook, we are going to move on forward. It is saying status, so I'm just going to select the status as active. All right, it is asking me for the topic. So as you can see that in the help text, it has clearly mentioned that choose the topic as order created. So we are simply going to follow the same. I'm just going to select this topic as order created. So I'm just going to look for order created, and as you can see the same, so we are simply going to select it. And now we're going to move on forward for the delivery URL. We are just going to paste the URL which we copied from our workflow, and after pasting this URL, we are going to move on forward. It is asking me for the secret. So if you wish, you can definitely add a secret right over here, but I don't wish to do so. And now for the API version, I'm just going to select it as this only and move on forward and click on this save webhook. And as soon as we're going to click on this save webhook button right over here, yes, you can see webhook updated successfully. So with this, we have successfully added this webhook URL into our WooCommerce account, and with this, we have successfully created a connection between our WooCommerce account and our Pabbly Connect's workflow. Yes, you can see over here we have received the webhook ID, which is the proof of our successful connection. Over here, I'm just going to click on this recapture webhook response button, and then yes, because I want to capture the response of someone purchasing the training. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm just going to open my WooCommerce account. From the left side of the bar, we are going to go towards this product section and then all products. And over here, you can see all the products I'm selling with the help of WooCommerce. But over here, I want to create this automation for this mastering digital marketing. So I'm just going to go towards the view of this product, and we're going to do the test submission for the same. So let's say I'm just going to register for this digital marketing training. All right, so I'm just going to add this towards my cart. So I'm just going to click on this add to cart button. We are going to move on forward and proceed to checkout. Alright, now I'm just going to enter my details. Let's say for the first name, I'm just going to keep it as demo. Last name as customer. You can see the company name, the country, the street address, the town, city, state, pin code, and over here for the phone number, I want it to be this. Alright, we're going to move on forward. You can see for the email address, I want the email address to be demo@pabblytunes.com. And I'm just going to click on this place order right over here. And as soon as we're going to click on this place order button right over here, yes, you can see that your order has been received. Thank you. So with this, we have successfully completed our test submission. All right, so now what has happened is that WooCommerce has sent the details of a test submission to our workflow. So I'm just going to open my workflow, and yes, over here you can see that Pabbly has captured the response. You can see all the details which we entered. You can see the first name, the last name, or you can see the country, the company, the city, and the address too. We're going to move on forward. You can see all the details which we entered, right? So yes, with this, we have successfully completed our trigger step. And now what will happen that as soon as a new order is created in my WooCommerce account, which is as soon as someone uses WooCommerce to register for my training session, automatically this workflow is going to get triggered and Pabbly is going to capture the response for the same. Alright, so now we're going to move on towards our action step. But before creating a new registrant in our GoToTraining account, first I'm just going to add a filter condition right over here in this workflow, because what I want is I want to create this automation only for a particular product in my WooCommerce account, which is the training session of mastering digital marketing, right? So I'm just going to add the filter condition right over here. So I'm just going to select my action application as filter by Pabbly. It is a feature by Pabbly which helps you to add conditions in your workflow. And now for the action event, I'm just going to select it as filter values and click on this connect. Now it is asking me for the label. So over here, I'm just going to look for the name, and as you can see, the name of my product is Mastering Digital Marketing. So we are just going to select the same right over here as a label. And now for the filter type, I'm just going to select it as equals to. And now for the value, I'm just going to enter the same Mastering Digital Marketing. Yes, you can see that we have entered the same, and now I'm just going to click on this save and send test request. And yes, you can see status success, condition is true. So yes, what is happening is that now the product is purchased this only, which is the Mastering Digital marketing. That's why it is giving the condition is true. But let's say someone registers for some another training session that will give the condition as false, and the workflow will stop right over here only. It will not move on further and create a new registrant in a GoToTraining. Only in the case of this product, which is Mastering Digital Marketing Training Session, my workflow will run on further after this second step. Alright, so now I'm just going to add a new registrant in my GoToTraining. For that, I'm just going to add another action step. And now for my action application, I'm just going to select it as GoToTraining. So I'm just going to search for GoToTraining right over here. And as you can see, the same, so we are simply going to select it. And now for the action event, we are simply going to select it as Create Registrant and click on this Connect. And now it is asking me to add a new connection or select an existing connection. So if you have already connected your GoToTraining account with your Pabbly Connect's workflow, you can click on this Select Existing Connection and then Save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me. Click on Add a New Connection. And now we are going to click on this blue button which says Connect with GoToTraining. And as soon as we're going to click on this blue button right over here, yes, you can see authorization successful. With this, we have successfully connected our GoToTraining account with our Pabbly Connect's workflow. And now it is saying select the training for registrant. So I'm just going to select it as Mastering Digital Marketing. We're going to move on forward. It is asking me for the email, first name, and the last name. So yes, I'm just going to enter all of these details in order to create a new registrant in my GoToTraining account. But we are not going to enter the details manually or by copy pasting it, but instead we're going to map it. So you must be wondering, what is mapping? So mapping is a method by Pabbly which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step, where we selected WooCommerce as our trigger application. So we are simply going to map the details from the response of our trigger application or the previous step. Alright, and as soon as we're going to map these details, automatically my details will turn dynamic and change with every new response received. Alright, so with it we are simply going to map the email. So I'm just going to look for email in the previous response, and as you can see, demo@pabblytudes.com. So we're going to map it. We're going to move on forward. We're going to map the first name. I'm just going to look for first name, and as you can see, demos, we're going to map it. Same we're going to do with the last name too. I'm just going to look for last name, and as you can see, customers, we're going to map it. So as you can see that with this we have successfully mapped all of these details, and now I'm just going to click on this save and send test request. And as soon as we're going to click on this save and send test request, yes, you can see that we have received a positive response that we have successfully created a new registrant with the same details in our GoToTraining account. So I'm just going to open my GoToTraining account, and we're going to refresh this registrants page in order to check for the new registrant added. And as soon as we're going to refresh this page, yes, you can see a new registrant has been added. You can see the name, which is demo customer. You can see the same email which we entered. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow. But I'll just test this workflow once, and this time I'm going to give you a real-time example. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to purchase this training session once again, but with the different details, and check that if a new registrant is getting created in my GoToTraining in real time or not. Alright, so I'm just going to go towards my WooCommerce account, and we're going to purchase this. Alright, so I'm just going to go towards the shop right over here, and we're going to look for the same training session. And over here you can see that this is our training session. So I'm just going to click on this add to cart right over here. Now after adding this to the cart, I'm just going to click on this proceed to checkout button. And now let's see, for the first name I'm just going to keep it as testing, and now for the last name, let's see that I'm just going to keep it as user. Alright, we're going to move on forward. You can see the rest of the details too. I'm just going to change this phone number right from here, and then we are simply going to change the email address too. Let's say for the email, I'm just going to keep it as test999@pabblytudes.com, and then we are simply going to click on this place order. And as soon as we're going to click on this place order, yes, you can see that we have successfully placed this order, and we have successfully purchased this training right from here in our WooCommerce account. And now what will happen is that WooCommerce will send the details of our test submission to our workflow, and further Pabbly is going to create a new registrant in our GoToTraining account. So I'm just going to open my GoToTraining account and check for the new registrant created. Alright, so I'm just going to open my GoToTraining account, and we're going to refresh this registrants page. And yes, over here you can see that within few seconds in real time, a new registrant has been added right over here in our GoToTraining account too. You can see the same name and the same email address which we entered, right? So yes, with this we have successfully completed this workflow. workflow. And now what will happen is that as soon as a new order is created in my WooCommerce account, automatically Pabbly is going to create a new registrant in my GoToTraining account too. That too without any manual efforts. This workflow is going to run in backend and we can just sit back and relax. So yes, this was it for the video, and if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. And for your reference, I'll just clone this workflow and share the workflow link in the description box so that you can access my workflow. I hope this video was helpful for you. Thank you for watching.
So not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly Connect, you can integrate many more applications. So if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this website. And if you find our videos helpful, do like and subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching.